Fair.
Flying.
No, really here.
Right here. Fairy flying.
Fairy flying
Toward them.
toward them. A new
Moment.
later, the fairy left on,
Landed. Slow down. Landed.
landed on a flower.
Mm-hmm.
She has no.
She was.
She was.
No H there. If there was a H, it'd be has, but it's a W, so it's was.
She was no later
Larger
larger
than a butterfly.
than a butterfly.
New.
New. Expect
Exactly.
exactly that
What
kid
kind.
kind
You're moving too fast. Slow down.
of fairy
She was. Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe Luna is the unicorn's name.
Mhm.
See, we're learning together as we're reading. Okay.
that's an
It's a big word. Announcement.
announcement fairy.
Mm-hmm.
Luna called
Cried.
quiet.
Maybe, not maybe. Maybe. She's not a pirate. She's not going, "Arr, matey." She's saying maybe. If there was a D there, it'd be matey. Let's go ahead.
Maybe
She's looking. Pretty close, but look, it's a ing, not ed. If it was ed, it'd be looked. But she's looking
for the
palace.
Kitty was
Whispered.
She
Moved. Closer.
Closer to the fairy. Are you looking for my palace?
Parents.
The king
And it's 2022. It's not 1952. You got to put in work. We had a comment on a video explaining how picking up your children from school was woman's work. All right. Before I get too involved with my response to the comment, let me just say that I used to have that mentality, okay? And you know what? It didn't get me very far. In my last relationship, I didn't do dishes. I didn't do laundry. I didn't have to pick up the kids from the school. My job was to work, to make money, to take care of the family financially. That was my job. That's an old school way of thinking, okay? Chores, okay? I paid allowance to children to do chores, to help with chores. An allowance to do dishes. They got an allowance for doing their laundry, keeping up on their room, keeping up on their grades. That was a system that worked for about as long as it was going to work for. But I'm in a different relationship. And we've got kids as well. I've got my daughter in the evenings and on weekends. I have a responsibility as a father to help her with her reading, with her math, and her homework, her little projects. I have a responsibility to my partner, whom I'm with now, to help with the dishes, and the laundry, and the vacuuming, and the cleaning. The kids' responsibility is to study for the school and get good grades and keep up after their room. But it takes a lot of effort from both parties to keep a clean house, to make sure that meals are made, okay? I don't expect her to cook every single day, just like she doesn't expect me to cook every single day. Cooking is one of those things that I could probably use a little bit more work at, that's for sure. Dishes is something that just about anybody can do, okay? So if it helps make her life a little bit easier by me trying to bang out some dishes and get it done during my lunch break, maybe starting a load of laundry, making sure the trash is taken out, that it's put on the curb. You're working together, it's a relationship, okay? What I felt worked before isn't going to work now. Changes. Everyone has life changes, okay? It's 2022. It takes more than one person to make an income to provide for a house. It does. It really does. So why wouldn't it take both parties to help with the cleaning or the picking of children up? You see, even though I'm not in the relationship that I was in, that doesn't mean that I don't still have a responsibility to my other children as well. So I pick up one of my stepdaughters from school. When I pick up my daughter, I drop her off at home. My daughter comes home with me. We get the studying and the homework and stuff done. And then 2 nights a week, we have basketball practice. Okay? My girlfriend's boys playing basketball, and I'm coaching basketball for them, for their team. Our first game's on Saturday. But my daughter also has Saturday school, and so does her sister. So I've got to take the girls to Saturday school, then I've got to go coach the boys basketball. Then I got to pick up the girls from Saturday school. And then Sunday, my stepdaughter's got a birthday party that she's been invited to go. Her mom's going to be out of town, so I've offered to take her to her birthday party, as she had asked me, is it possible? I said, let me check. And I was like, yeah, I think we can make that happen. So I'm going to be taking her to her friend's birthday party. I live a busy lifestyle, man. And I just saw this comment, and I was just kind of like a little bit, I had to chuckle a little bit, because I was like, after reading what he wrote, I was like, man, I used to think like that. I did. I used to think like that. You know, but obviously that relationship didn't last long. There are things that I have to do to change, to become a better person, you know, to become a better father, things like that. It's a mindset. It's a mindset, okay? I'm sure everyone has their fair share of responsibilities. What works for you and your relationship, maybe it's not going to work for me and mine, or somebody else, maybe like you. Maybe what I do isn't going to work for you and your schedule of things. You know, it really depends on what it is that you do for a living too, okay? Truck drivers, you guys are on the road all the time. my guys that are security guards, you guys are pretty much on call all the time, or you're at special events, so you won't be there in the evening. You can't always make the dinner. Maybe you are a truck driver and you're gone for weeks at a time. Maybe you can't do all the laundry. Maybe you got to do laundry on the road. So that means pretty much that your spouse has got a lot of things that they have to keep up on while you're gone and doing what you have to do to make a living. I'm fortunate enough to live and work close enough to be able to create a time schedule that works for me and my ex. You know, she's got a job that she has to do working in the evenings. I got a job that I got to do working in the daytime. Kids got to go to school during the daytime. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to actually have my daughter in the evening and on the weekends. I love it. I get to see her all the time. In the morning, we do our little morning reading. In the afternoon, I do a little cleaning. And in the evening, I do a little coaching. And then I still have to keep up on my studies and things like that at work too. Because I still have a job. And it's not just an 8 to 5 or 7:30 to 4:30 for me. I still have training that I have to keep track of. I have to go to LA to go to specialized training for the dealership. You know, I got a lot of things that I got to do too. So during those times, the other person helps to pick up on the slack. And that's what a relationship's all about. And that's what 2022 is all about, okay? So you can't have the same old school mentality. See, I was raised by my grandparents for the most part, okay? I know that mentality all too well because that's what I thought. That's what I thought a relationship was. That's how I thought everything was supposed to be. But I have to make changes within myself, you know? I am growing as a person, like every year. There's different parts of me that, you know, that I learn from and I grow from. So, I don't know. These are just some of my thoughts that I had kind of from the morning and during the day. Like I said, I had read the comment and figured I'd do a little video post and just show you, like, look, it's not like you think, man. Everyone's got responsibilities. What your responsibilities are going to be different than mine. And my responsibilities are probably going to be a lot different than yours. Maybe we have the same responsibilities. Maybe we have similarities in what it is that we do during the day and how it is that we take care of our kids. But that's on you. It's up to you to decide all that, you know? I can only share my thoughts and opinions, and maybe some of you out there can attest and agree. Maybe you can. Maybe you're just learning all this stuff for the first time. Maybe you're getting a chance to see what it's like when you got kids and you're in a serious relationship. All the things that you might not have to do right now. Maybe you still live with your parents, you know? Maybe you ain't got no kids or no significant other to worry about. Maybe you old and retired and you get a nice little chuckle out of this video and be like, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Maybe. But all right, guys, I just wanted to share some random afternoon thoughts with you on the subject, on the comment, really. That's all I got. See you guys next time.